I found my wife's hidden Instagram where she wrote, "My marriage is a cage, escaping soon." Instead of confronting her, I made my own account, freed myself from our fake marriage, and posted first. Her secret page went private the moment her friends showed her mine. I'm 32, male, and I need to get this off my chest because the last 48 hours have been absolutely insane. Here's how it started. Tuesday afternoon, I was at work, killing time between meetings, scrolling through Instagram. I accidentally clicked on the suggested for you section, one of those random algorithm rabbit holes. And then I saw this account. The profile picture was just a silhouette against a sunset. The username was something like Unchained Butterfly 2024. Not exactly, but that kind of vibe. The top post caught my eye because the background looked familiar. It was our kitchen. Our exact kitchen with the weird tile pattern we argued about when we moved in 3 years ago. The caption said, "My marriage is a cage. Planning my escape soon." I froze. I clicked on the profile. It was public. Over 5,200 followers. I started scrolling. And holy hell, every post was about being trapped in a marriage. About narcissistic partners who control everything. About finding herself again. About planning her freedom journey. Inspirational quotes about toxic relationships. Selfies with captions like, "Soon I'll be free to be me." And the worst part? She had photos, not of her face, but enough to tell. Our living room with her yoga mat. Our car, well, my car that she drives. Pictures of our apartment, our coffee shop, even our couch. The comments were wild. "You got this. Leave him, girl. Narcissists never change. Document everything for the divorce." I sat there, phone in hand, trying to process it. We've been married 4 years, together 6. Yeah, things weren't perfect, but this? She basically created a whole secret identity where I was the villain in her life story. I screenshot everything, every post, every comment she replied to. There was even one where someone asked, "Does he know?" And she wrote back, "Not yet. Building my exit strategy first." Exit strategy. Like she was planning a jailbreak. My first instinct was to storm home and confront her, but something stopped me. Maybe all the lawyer shows I've been watching, maybe just self-preservation. Instead, I called my older brother. "Bro, you're not going to believe this." I sent him screenshots. He called me back in 2 minutes. "What the actual hell? This is your wife. Apparently the secret version of her. What are you going to do?" I paused. And then I knew exactly what I was going to do. Beat her to it. That evening, I went home acting completely normal. She was on the couch scrolling her phone. Probably her secret account. "Hey babe, how was your day?" "Fine. Work was whatever." "You?" "Same. I'm going to watch that documentary in the bedroom." "Yeah. I'm watching this show." I went to the bedroom, closed the door, and got to work. I created a new Instagram account. Simple username, neutral profile picture. This wasn't about aesthetics. It was about truth. Post 1. A screenshot of one of her posts, cropped to hide her username, with my caption, "Found out my wife has been running a secret Instagram telling 5K strangers I'm a toxic narcissist. Meanwhile, I pay every bill while she finds herself. Here's the truth about our so-called cage." Post 2. A screenshot of our joint calendar showing date nights I planned, trips I organized, dinners I cooked. Caption. Apparently being a controlling narcissist means planning date nights and suggesting couples therapy. Post 3. A blurred bank statement showing I pay rent, utilities, car insurance, groceries. Caption. The prison she talks about. The one I pay for 100% while she works part-time and spends the rest on coffee. I didn't tag her. Didn't use her name. Just hashtags about fake narratives and dishonesty. Then I followed around 30 mutual friends. 20 minutes later, my phone blew up. Not my wife, her best friend. "WTF? Did you really just post that?" "Just sharing my side," I replied. She's been sharing hers to 5K people for months. More messages came. People were already talking. My follower count jumped, 50, 100, 200. My wife finally walked into the bedroom around 10 p.m., face pale. "We need to talk." "About what?" "You know what? Your Instagram. What the hell are you doing? I looked up. Just sharing my experience. Freedom of speech, right? Or is that only allowed when you do it? That's different. My account is private.
No.
Your account has 5,200 followers. That's public. She demanded to know how I found the account. Didn't matter. You've been telling thousands of strangers that I'm abusive and controlling while living in my apartment, driving my car, using my money. I never said you were abusive. I pulled up a screenshot where she replied, "Emotional abuse is still abuse." She went silent. "I want a divorce," she finally said. "Cool. I'll call a lawyer tomorrow. You have until Sunday to figure out where you're going. You can't kick me out. Lease is in my name. You wanted freedom. Congratulations." She cried, the same tears she uses when she doesn't get her way. "You're being cruel. I'm being honest." She slept on the couch. I heard her talking into the phone until 2 a.m., probably rallying her followers. By morning, her account went private. Too late. I had everything. My account had 850 followers. It was only the beginning. The next morning felt strangely quiet. My wife didn't say a single word to me. She kept pacing around the apartment with her phone glued to her hand, checking her secret account again and again like she was waiting for it to magically fix itself. I watched her from the hallway as she kept refreshing the screen, her jaw tightening each time she saw the follower count dropping. Her little online escape plan wasn't inspiring anyone anymore. It was collapsing. By noon, messages started pouring into my own account. People who followed hers wrote things like, "Wow, I had no idea. She made it sound like you were controlling her. She really twisted the story." Some apologized. Some unfollowed her. Some followed me instead. I didn't respond to anyone. I didn't need to. The truth was already speaking for itself. Around 1 p.m., her mother called her. I heard the voice through the speakerphone. Angry, sharp, embarrassed. "You told people your marriage was a cage? A cage? Have you lost your mind? What were you thinking?" My wife snapped back, "Mom, you don't understand. I was venting. It wasn't that serious." "If it wasn't serious, why did you post it to thousands of strangers?" She didn't answer. She just hung up and threw her phone onto the couch. That evening, she came into the bedroom again, eyes red and tired. "We need to talk." "Seriously," she said. I didn't look away from my laptop. "About the divorce?" "Yes. I already emailed a lawyer." She sat down on the edge of the bed. "I made that account months ago because I felt unseen. I felt like I was losing myself." "You could have talked to me," I said calmly. "I tried." "No. You posted it on Instagram." She ran her hands through her hair. "I didn't think anyone would take it literally. You posted that your marriage is a cage. What did you expect?" She looked like she wanted to cry again, but I had already seen enough of her tears, especially the ones she used to manipulate situations. "Can't we fix this?" She tried again. "Fix what? You didn't come to me to talk. You built a fantasy marriage online where you're the victim and I'm the villain." "It wasn't a fantasy. It was a story you wrote because it made you feel important." She stayed silent. I closed my laptop and stood up. "I'm not your villain, and I'm not your storyline. I'm done." She followed me into the living room. "So that's it? You're just ending us? You ended us when you invited thousands of strangers into our marriage before you ever talked to your husband." She didn't respond to that. She just sank into the sofa and stared at the floor. That night, she didn't sleep. She kept pacing, calling friends, defending herself, trying to create a new version of the story where somehow she wasn't at fault. But nobody was buying it anymore. People had seen both sides now. By morning, her secret Instagram was fully locked down. Private. 0 posts.
Bio deleted.
Her followers dropped from 5,200 to 1,400 overnight. I didn't celebrate. I didn't mock her. I just quietly packed a suitcase and placed it beside the door. She watched me, confused. "Where are you going?" she asked softly. "To clear my head," I said. "While you figure out where you stand, online and in real life." "Do you still love me?" she whispered. I paused. I did. Fully. But love needs honesty. And you traded honesty for validation. She broke again, crying, shaking, apologizing. But this time her words didn't land. She had lied too loudly, too publicly, and too confidently for too long. I walked out of the apartment without looking back. My phone buzzed as I reached the elevator. A message from her best friend. She's spiraling. What did you do to her? I typed one simple reply. I didn't do anything. She built the cage. I just walked out of it. A few days later, the legal process began in earnest. Divorce papers were filed, lawyers were contacted, and her demands were unreal. She wanted $2,500 a month in spousal support for rehabilitation, half of the apartment security deposit, which I had fully paid, 50% of my 401k, my car, and $5,000 for emotional damages. My lawyer laughed. Clean split, he said. She takes what she brought in or owns herself. That's it. We countered with nothing. She argued. We documented. And the truth. My screenshots, bank records, and evidence of her secret Instagram spoke for itself. The judge saw it clearly. This was a marriage where one person carried the weight and the other built a victim narrative online. Her TikTok saga came next. She posted videos crying in her childhood bedroom, claiming abuse, showing carefully edited text messages. He took everything from me. My home, my car, my security, and I had no choice, she said. I responded in my own TikTok video. Sitting at the kitchen table, bank statements blurred, showing proof. Apparently, I'm a financial abuser. Let's look at the facts. I showed her paycheck, my payments for rent, utilities, car insurance, groceries, everything. She had a part-time job and spent her income on boutique clothes, yoga, and coffee while I handled the rest. The response was immediate. My TikTok blew up. Views skyrocketed. Comments were brutal to her. She went private again, but the damage was done. People could see the truth. Then came an attempted break-in. The apartment manager called. Someone claiming to be my wife tried to enter using an old key. I checked the doorbell camera. Sure enough, she was trying to unlock my apartment. I forwarded the footage to my lawyer. Trespassing, attempted unauthorized entry, another escalation. The following day, she showed up with her mother, her best friend, and a random man. I recorded everything for my protection. They rushed in claiming items. I calmly showed receipts, videos, and documentation proving ownership. Her mom argued about dishes. Her friend searched drawers. The random man tried to intimidate me. I didn't flinch. Everything was accounted for. 2 hours later, they left with a U-Haul, mostly because her mom tried to claim items that weren't hers. My wife turned back once before leaving, crying. I'm finally free from you, she said. Congratulations, I replied. Sign the divorce papers when they arrive. Over the next week, my Instagram and TikTok accounts exploded with messages. Some supportive, some critical. People shared their own experiences with partners who built secret victim narratives online. I posted one final message. I don't hate my ex. I just refuse to be villainized for providing stability while she created a fantasy online. Our marriage ended because of dishonesty, not disagreement. I'm done performing it for the internet. I deactivated my accounts, deleted them, done. Weeks later, the divorce was finalized. I kept my apartment, car, and 401k. She received $800 for 18 months and her personal belongings. The settlement was clean. No spousal support, no assets taken. The judge was clear. Access to accounts, part-time work, and documented support showed this was not financial abuse. Her secret Instagram, existing for months before she even filed, proved she was planning her exit, not trapped. Her mother showed up at my work once more, screaming about karma and how I'd get what I deserved. Security escorted her out. My boss, who knew the full story, just shook his head. Life now feels calm. My apartment is mine. I repainted, bought new sheets, rearranged furniture. I sleep in my bed without fear of secret narratives. I focus on work and my own life. Dating is slow. I'm cautious after seeing deception firsthand. Therapy helps. I'm learning to trust my judgment again. From mutual friends, I learned my ex moved 2 hours away, living with a new partner and already sharing posts online. I wish her well, but I'm done being part of her stories. The lessons are clear. Trust your instincts. Document everything. Don't sacrifice your stability for someone else's narrative. And understand that social media can amplify lies. She built a secret life. I revealed the truth. That difference matters. I'm not perfect. I'm not thrilled. But I'm free. And finally, that's enough.